This is one video that I will encourage you to watch the entire thing from front to back because I am learning in real time about this case, a bunch of stuff that I've not seen on any other channels. So buckle in, it's not that long, and you will be able to draw your own conclusions just like I did. All right, so we got some updates to this story about the man arrested and who is accused of setting up to potentially do either a mass shooting or an assassination attempt at the Trump rally. His name's Vem Miller. He is denying that this is what he was going to do. And basically the entire set of evidence, that he was going to I'm going to go over it with you guys, and I'm going to go over why the sheriff said what he said, which is like, I think we just stopped another assassination plot. But I'm going to show you a bunch of social media posts from Vem Miller, which if you watch my entire video yesterday, as soon as I started going through his profile, I was like, wait a minute. I'm like, this can't be the same guy, it was like, that's what it was like. Cause I did my video yesterday on it 7 minutes after the story got dropped. 7 minutes is when I started filming. So it was brand new. I found the guy's social media. It is the same guy that I found in my video yesterday. And like I said, I was just like, there's no way this guy was trying to knock off Trump or Trump supporters. That makes no sense. And I'll stand by that initially. Like if you just look at the social media, I will stand by that. But there's information that I did not have when I did the video yesterday that also does support that something very, very sinister might have been going on. I'm gonna let the sheriff himself tell you that part. And I'm also gonna tell you some stuff about the sheriff that came out and said this, that I bet a lot of people who are covering this do not know. And it's very important that you know this about Bianco, who is the sheriff who said we stopped a potential assassination attempt. Because guess what? In some stories, there's a bad guy. In some stories, there's nothing but bad guys. And in some stories, there are not any bad guys. You know what I mean? Sometimes mistakes are made. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I know for sure, yet that Vem Miller was not going to do this, but we're going to go through all of that information right now. Now go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, tell your friends, forward this to everybody, and we'll rock and roll. Also, I got to tell you about the sponsor of this video real quick. I got to tell you about PrizePicks, the sponsor of this video. We're just going to make a roster, okay? PrizePicks, best game in the world, fantasy football. All you do is you pick a bunch of people that you want to build a roster around, and you pick whether they're going to get more or less than the statistic line that is posed, okay? George Kittle playing against Seattle tonight. Do you think he's going to get more or less than 50 receiving yards? We're going more, okay? What about Jason Myers? You think he's going to make more than 1.5 field goals against 49ers? I do. There you go. That's my roster. $20 entry fee, $60 win if I'm right about both those picks. And boom, we are going to enter. And that is that. That's how easy this game is. It's easy to get your money in. It's easy to get your money out. They support this channel. They support me. And it would be helpful to this channel and also helpful to your level of fun that you have in your life. If you go on to PrizePicks, use a link in the description, use promo code JesseOnFire to get a free $50 when you sign up, and go ahead and start playing. And then we'll compare, email me your results and we can see who's better at playing PrizePicks. It's the best. All right, so I want to start right here, actually, okay? So just so we're clear on who Bianco is, the guy who's going to be talking to you in a second in this video, this is Sheriff Chad Bianco. And you can read that headline for yourself, okay? This is where he stood when it mattered most, okay? Now, I think you can imagine what my opinion on this guy is, because this dude can do no wrong with me. He has earned 100% faith from this guy right here, because in a time where everyone was just folding under the pressure from Newsom and these guys to do things that were indefensible, he is a law enforcement officer who is in charge of an area, and he's like, I'm not doing it. This is not a thing I'm going to do for the government, okay? I'm not enforcing it. And honestly, if all the law enforcement officers in the state or wherever would have taken this stance, then people like Brendan Schaub wouldn't have gotten arrested or cited for riding his bike on a mountain trail alone during that. Think about that for a second. Just actually think about how insane that is. And I'm not going to just completely derail this, but actually think about how insane that is. Okay, he got stopped and cited for riding a bike on a mountain trail during this period, okay? Well, this guy wouldn't enforce those laws, so he's aces with me. Now, let's go over here, and I want to show you what he's saying here about Vem Miller and why he said what he said, because this is information I did not have last night, and this, before we go through Vem Miller's social media account, this is important to know.
We have his name as Vem, V-E-M, Miller, Miller, and his birth date is 10/26 of 1974. And the reason why I gave it to you like that is I will explain later. During that investigation, the deputy eventually found multiple passports with multiple names, multiple driver's license with different names. The vehicle was unregistered, and the license plate was what we in law enforcement would recognize as one that is homemade and indicative of a group of individuals that claim to be sovereign citizens. And assuming the deputy assumes that he was part of that identifying group. So during the investigation, obviously those identification documents were found, in addition to a loaded handgun and a shotgun.
Okay, so what he's talking about is this group. I'll actually read it to you in here, okay? So a man who was arrested with a loaded gun outside the Donald Trump rally in California has denied that he was intending to assassinate the former president. Vem Miller, 49, of Las Vegas, was arrested Saturday at a checkpoint in Coachella Valley after he was allegedly found illegally in possession of a shotgun, a loaded handgun, and a high-capacity magazine. Miller was also driving an unregistered vehicle, a homemade license plate. He had multiple passports and driver's licenses with different names, authorities said. Okay. So if I don't know anything else about this story, if I would have known that last night, if I would have just known that, and I didn't see this guy's social media, I didn't see anything, I would have known about the fake passports, the fake driver's license, a fake license plate, and then also fake passes to the event, and then also loaded shotgun and handgun. What person would draw a different conclusion than what those guys did, right? So Chad Bianco, the Riverside County Sheriff, told Southern California News Group on Sunday that they probably stopped another assassination attempt. There have previously been 2 suspected assassination attempts. You guys know about these. Miller, who, speaking to Fox News, who was later released, said that he was 100% a Trump supporter and that he has no intention of trying to shoot the former president at the Coachella Valley event. I always travel around with my firearms in the back of my truck. I've literally never even shot a gun in my life. I've never shot a gun in my life. I don't know anything about guns. I am beyond a novice. Okay, that is really shady. Okay, now I don't believe him. I don't believe him. I'm going to tell you that right now. Now I don't believe him. Yeah, fucking right, dude. Yeah, right. You know how to get a fake passport. You know how to get a fake ID. You know how to do a fake license plate, but you've never shot a gun. Hey, guy, and by the way, Vem Miller, if you see this, I'm not trying to pick a fight with you, dude. I don't want to fight with any of you guys. I'm just saying, I look at you, I look at your social media, you tell me you've never shot a gun. Come on, dude. Come on. I'm not saying you're going to shoot Trump. Don't tell me you've never shot a gun. That's absurd. Update your lie, dude. No one's going to believe that who has a brain, okay? 2 unnamed sources close to the Trump campaign told Fox News they do not believe the incident in Coachella Valley was an assassination attempt on the former president. Okay, well, that's good. I'm not saying he was going to go kill the president. But, so what I read, let me see if there's anything in this. Okay, so it's not in here. All right, let me just tell you what I read about this group, all right? So what I read about this group is that they are essentially like a separatist group that is like, we live in the United States, but we are not citizens of this country. Like, they believe that they don't subscribe to any of the laws that the United States, puts down. They're like the ultimate libertarians, kind of, right? And they live in these compounds, as far as I understand, and they're like, yeah, we're not a part of the government. So that's why he doesn't have a license. That's why he doesn't register his vehicle. That's why, I don't know about the fake passports. I don't know about the fake licenses. But that's what they're talking about, is that group. I've never shot a gun, dude. Who drives around with fully loaded shotguns and handguns and has never shot a gun and then calls himself a novice, dude? Okay. All you have to do is say, I'm a Trump supporter. I have these in my car for protection. Come on, dude. And like I said, you and me got no problems, dude. I'm just calling a spade a spade. You have shot guns, and you fucking know it. And I know it. Okay, so now let's look at, here is his social media, okay? So this is Vem Miller. Now this, again, When I looked at this, I straight up said, I'm like, there's no way that this guy wanted to shoot Trump. What are you talking about? So you have a lot of conflicting information. I mean, it's not like you can base everything on social media, but this is a real social media account, okay? This is definitely a real social media account. I looked into a couple things. I looked into stuff he's like I actually know people that he knows. Like, this is real. So when you look at this, you're like, all right, so I'm visualizing someone who might want to knock off Trump. It's like, does it have like, diamonds or pearls? Acres, someone who lives on the land. Again, okay. So again, let's just go back to this though. She wants acres, homestead. So you want a lot of land, but you've never shot a gun. Okay. And this, look, men voting for Kamala. Exactly. Exactly, dude, look at this. He posted this. This is a post that is supportive of Trump. Obviously, he is involved in the election. Okay. Like, why would a person post a thing that's like, hey, why are you voting for Kamala if they plan to knock off Trump? That doesn't make any sense, man. That does not make any sense. Now, that also doesn't mean he's telling the truth about the guns, okay? I've never shot a gun. I can't get over that. That is like, this is such an absurd lie. Like, it's like you, I can't even think of a story that is less believable than that, Estrogenation. I mean, look at this, dude. Every single one of his posts is like, I'm like, this is what they mean when they're like, the Trumpers are extremists. Like they would look at this and be like, this guy's an extremist, but he's like, and look at this dude, he's with RFK. What are we talking about? This guy, no, I don't believe it. There are so many lies in this thing, dude. Okay. This guy was not going to shoot Trump. I'm sorry. Him and RFK Jr., he's not going to shoot Trump. But he's also lying about the guns in his car, which is totally unnecessary. Yeah, dude. I mean, literally, look at this. I don't know, man. This is just a guy, man. And look, Elon Musk is funding his own right-wing super PAC. He's union busting. SpaceX is $1 billion. He's defending Elon Musk. Oh, hey. Oh, wait. Visiting a friend. Okay, so he had headphones on. I thought that was him at a gun range. I was going to be like, come on, dude. Here's him with James O'Keefe. He went hiking with James O'Keefe. Okay, bottom line. This is a picture of the supposed assassin with James O'Keefe after a 3-hour hike. This should be easy to like, is there any scenario where this guy was going after Trump? It seems like not, right? Oh, God. Okay, here you go. So does that look like someone who's never shot a gun? And look at what someone commented. Man, they jumped the gun on this one. They really jumped the gun on this one, I think. Man, I'm gonna say the following. Here is my absolute final take on this. Okay, I understand exactly why Bianco was thought what he thought. I mean, he's got a fake ID. He's got fake IDs. He's got a fake passport. He has guns in the car. He's going to the Trump thing, and he literally said, I'm a novice. I've never shot guns in my life with loaded guns in the car. Come on, dude. That's not believable. But you look at his social media, this guy was not going to shoot Trump. I don't know. Just no. That's what I got.